GarageBand iOS has plenty of built-in instruments for electronic music production, expanding beyond just keyboards and drums. In this video, we'll cover how to use the strings, guitar, bass, and world instruments in GarageBand iOS. Before continuing, make sure to watch all the previous videos in this series so you're all caught up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we release new GarageBand iOS videos. Starting with the strings track, we get three different modes that we can play with. The first mode is Smart Strings. Like the other instruments, the Smart Strings tool gives us a variety of chords within the scale that we've chosen for the project. We can swipe our finger back and forth over these chords to get them to play. As we increase the rate that we're swiping our finger across the screen, the intensity of the sound increases as well. The pitch that we're playing within the chord and the phrasing depends on whether we're starting towards the bottom of the chord or the top of the chord on the screen. It doesn't change once we start playing the chord. We're also not able to play two chords at once. The Notes view gives us the layout for the instrument itself, and we can touch each of the strings to play the notes. Keep in mind, however, that this is not set discrete notes and it's continuous like it would be on a real stringed instrument, so we can be off pitch if we're not careful. We can also add a little bit of vibrato. For different string sounds, we get options in the top left triangle dropdown for cinematic, modern, pop, and romantic. In the top right of the screen, we'll see a little knob with 7 circles surrounding it. This gives us options for the different instruments we can select with this set of strings. Each of the instruments has its own note range, ranging from the upright bass to the violin. Both the bass guitar and the regular guitar work quite similarly to the strings. The bass guitar has a smart bass or fretboard display. There are quite a few frets and notes available for each of these instruments. They can be quite difficult to play with the touchscreen. Again, we can switch between the smart instrument and the fretboard layout with a button in the top right of the screen. From the bass instrument, we can use the drop-down in the top left to switch between our different bass sounds. We get some synth bass sounds as well as some electric bass tones. We can also switch to the upright bass. The guitar instrument works identically to the bass. We have options for smart instrument, fretboard, or scale view. Again, these guitar instruments are difficult to play using the touchscreen for the instrument. The best I can do is play some simple chords, but more complex riffs are not the best to be playing with the touchscreen instrument. It's quite difficult to get the timing right and the intricacies of a melody. For the guitar sounds, we get options in the top left with the triangle dropdown for the acoustic guitar, classic clean, hard rock, retro wah, and roots rock. Once all the instruments are recorded, we can easily switch between these sounds after to change them with this option. Just like all our other instruments, once we're ready to start recording, all we have to do is jump back to the start of the project with the start button and press the record button to record. Then when we're done, we press stop. Going back to the tracks view, we'll see it's created a MIDI track with all the different notes that we've pressed. This can get quite complex and messy, particularly if we're playing with chords. Finally, there's just 2 world instruments that we can choose from, and these both work identically to the other instruments with the instrument view and the smart instrument view. Again, we just play these instruments with the touchscreen and then we can record them to a MIDI track. Thanks for checking out this video on additional instruments for GarageBand iOS. If this video helped you out, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel to see all our new content. You can also check the video description for links to social media accounts to stay up to date with everything we release.